A stark reality is unfolding. Everything you thought you knew about resilience is at risk of being upended. AI is subtly reshaping our understanding as we confront an uncertain climate future, and many remain blissfully unaware of the looming dangers. Resilience isn't just a personal trait, it's intertwined with every tools we rely on. But what if these tools are masking deeper issues? This uncomfortable truth lurks beneath the surface as technology, particularly AI, influences our responses to climate change. Picture this: a landscape you once knew, now a desolate wasteland. You might think, "It'll adapt," but that mindset could be perilous. Relying on AI-driven solutions risks dueling our instincts and fostering complacency in the face of real threats. Consider a community in turmoil, depending on predictive algorithms to brace for disasters. While these systems analyze data and suggest actions, they often fail to account for the emotional toll on human lives. The pain of families torn apart and homes lost gets overshadowed by cold statistics, leaving real suffering simmering behind the screens. Even more alarming, the algorithms meant to bolster our resilience may create a false sense of security. They offer an illusion of control, leading us to dismiss the emotional fallout. You might think, "I don't need to worry, the data says we're fine." But is that truly the case? Imagine a sudden flood striking your town. The AI alerts everyone, but are you genuinely prepared? Data can't shield you when the water rises. Your resilience hinges not just on technology, but on understanding its limits and the raw human experience behind it. As tensions escalate, we must confront a truth we've long ignored. Embracing resilience means recognizing unseen stress signals, those feelings of anxiety and uncertainty that AI can't quantify. If we rely solely on technology, we risk losing touch with our instincts. So, what's the path forward? Tune into your emotions and those around you. Engage in conversations and don't let numbers dictate your reality. Every voice and story contributes to the broader narrative of resilience. In a world dominated by algorithms, remember your feelings are valid. They are essential signals in the face of climate change. Reflect on this: true resilience lies not just in data, but in connections and compassion. As you move forward, think about how you can nurture resilience through understanding, not just technology. What will you do with this knowledge? The choice, after all, is yours to make. What if I told you that the technology designed to help us adapt to climate change might actually be making us less prepared? It's a chilling thought. Many people view climate change adaptation as a simple path forward, but beneath that surface lays a complex web of resilience factors we often overlook. Imagine waking up one morning to find your city underwater. Panic fills the air as you struggle to grasp how this could happen so suddenly. This isn't just a scene from a dystopian movie, it's a reality that's becoming more likely every day. While we're busy developing AI-driven solutions to help us cope, we're ignoring a tough truth: these systems might be giving us a false sense of security. They promise guidance but can also mislead us. Remember, AI is only as reliable as the data we provide. If we're not addressing the root causes of climate change, how can we trust that these innovations will truly prepare us? Let's consider a real-life example. Picture a farmer relying on AI to predict crop yields based on past data. What happens when weather patterns shift dramatically due to climate events? Those algorithms might not account for unprecedented conditions, leaving the farmer in a difficult position. The stakes are high. When we lean too heavily on technology, we risk becoming complacent, believing that solutions are just a click away. But what if those solutions aren't enough? Imagine it standing on a rooftop, watching storm clouds gather, thinking, "I've got me an assistant to guide me." If that assistant has adapted to the changing climate, your preparations could be in vain. We need a deeper understanding of resilience. It's essential to create systems that not only rely on technology but also incorporate community insights and traditional knowledge. This is where true adaptation happens, when people are at the heart of the solution. So, how do we shift our mindset? It starts with recognizing the limits of technology. We need to engage with our surroundings, understand our local ecosystems, and foster a culture of preparedness. As we face this uncomfortable reality, remember that resilience isn't just a buzzword. It's about building connections, embracing adaptability, and staying informed. Ask yourself, are you relying solely on technology for your safety, or are you actively working to strengthen resilience in your community? As we navigate this complex landscape, let's commit to being proactive, engaged, and aware. The next storm might not just be a weather event, it could serve as a wake-up call. Stay alert, stay involved, and remember the future is ours to shape, but it starts with how we respond today. Imagine waking up to a world that's completely transformed. Natural disasters are wreaking havoc, and the climate crisis feels unavoidable. But what if I told you there's an unseen force at work? One that can either bolster or undermine our resilience in facing these challenges. You might not realize it, but AI is reshaping how we approach climate change adaptation. Technology is everywhere, but what does that really mean for us? The uncomfortable truth is that while we search for solutions, AI's role is not just supportive, it's complex and often unsettling. Consider this: every time you scroll through social media, algorithms are learning from your choices. Now, picture that same concept applied to climate resilience. Instead of merely predicting what you might buy, AI is analyzing weather patterns, resource management, and social behaviors. It's powerful, but it comes with hidden risks that many overlook. Let's visualize this scenario. Imagine your community faces a sudden flood. You receive an alert on your phone, but it's too late to act. The AI predicted the flood, but did it warn you in time? This technology can process vast amounts of data, yet when it comes to your safety, human intuition is irreplaceable. What happens when we rely too heavily on algorithms that can't fully grasp the human experience? There's more to consider. As we turn to AI for solutions, are we risking a disconnect from nature? If we let technology dictate our resilience strategies, what happens to the invaluable wisdom of local farmers and indigenous peoples? Their insights, often overlooked, might be crucial for blending high-tech solutions with practical, grounded practices. Now, let's bring it back to you. How do you feel about AI influencing your future without your input? This is a growing concern, especially as communities become more dependent on these systems. Who decides what's best for your local environment? Are we allowing